Ciao. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I was about to say, where is my water? Hey, everyone. What's going on? If you don't, if you know, you know. I just posted 2 new videos since our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. So that's why I'm like, oh my god, where is everything? Let me turn everything off. I didn't even go live on TikTok, so I apologize, TikTok, if you're seeing this now. I didn't go live on TikTok. Just look, it's a one-man show here at the studio. A one-man show here at the studio. I got a headache, y'all. This will not be a long live. I got to take care of me and my mental health. Okay? I will not be long live. We have to talk about Married to Medicine just because obligated. And we watched it together last night on our TikTok. We had a TikTok watch party. We watched Real Housewives of Atlanta and we watched Married to Medicine. Lips are chapped. Let me take care of me. Look, let me take care of me. Okay, ain't nobody else will. Look, ain't nobody else will. I tell y'all that all the time. People will pull you in all kinds of different directions. If you don't put up boundaries, people will take advantage. Okay? So I'm putting up boundaries. Okay, Cherie said I already watched both videos. Go ahead. Right, Cherie? All right. Let me not move around too much. I already have a headache. What am I doing? Woo, child. Okay, hold on. Let me move my stuff around because I was literally like, as you know, I'm not in a different space, y'all. I just been moving things around. So I'm still getting used to the setup. Okay. All right. And I'm still setting things up. Posted 2 new videos talking about Jen Shaw exposing Lisa Barlow as a racist and a Republican. I'm still like, but I always feel as if these dramas that happen on social media with these reality stars is timed perfectly. Word on the street, we're supposed to get a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City trailer soon. So the timeliness of this, but the accusations are shocking. She's accusing a fellow housewife of calling her son the N-word. I'm just like, really? This franchise has already gotten very dark. If you missed that video, be sure to check that out if you haven't already after this live. This is our Married to Medicine live. But before that, I also talked about Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna, she deleted the post, the statement that Bravo put out. She says that statement didn't do anything because her and other housewives are getting threats. I'm going to tell y'all this. We have a good time talking about, Married to Medicine. We have a good time talking about the Real Housewives. I keep telling y'all, this is a show. You do not know these people. So if it was a fan that hired bots, get you some mental health therapy. They wear my spirit thin this week with their stupidity. I can't. Anyways, shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Shout out to our moderators. Shout out to our subscribers. It is a subscribers only live chat. We appreciate you all being here. We will be posting the call-in link for members only this evening. Okay? For members only, just because got a headache. I barely members, don't be upset by the end of this. I say I'm not going to take any callers because I have a headache. Okay? I'm human. Can't do everything. Just saying. Okay. Let me get into this. Let me stop being shady. Let me me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Hey, Lonnie. What's going on, Lonnie? See, when Lonnie's around, it means Lonnie has some downtime and she's able to make some time for us. Hey, Lonnie. Hey, Callie. Brenda says, is losing her marbles. Oh, my goodness. Claire says, I've always thought Lisa boring low was suspect. I mean, look, I'm never surprised when we talk about their political affiliation. Look, my thing is it has nothing to do with their political affiliation. It's the racism part of it for me. We already know a bunch of these housewives. Is it a secret? It's not. A lot of these people that you know and love are. It's okay. I guess. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Jennifer. Thank you all. All right. Sharon says, don't take any calls. By the end of this, I might not because I do have a headache and I got to take care of me. All right. But shout out. Okay. We didn't do what we normally do. Guys, where are you watching from? I know some of you are longtime subscribers and I kind of know where you are watching from, but I always like to be reminded. And some of you like to travel. Some of you like to travel and some of you are not in the same spot. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm watching from New York City. Well, I'm not really watching. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany says, skip the callers today, Kemp. You need to take care of you. I might just do that. Thank you for your support. I appreciate all of you that understand. Some people don't. Okay? Okay. It's hot. You know what? I went outside just because I haven't been outside all day. I went outside and I was like, wait a second. It's hot today. I got some good AC going on right now. It's hot. I didn't realize it's August, though. All right. Let's get into this Married to Medicine recap. You didn't come here to hear me complain about what's going on in my life. All right. Let me open up my notes. And again, guys, last live that we had a very busy live. You know, one of the best things about our community is that it continues to grow. But with that growth comes a lot of conversation in our live chat. Look, already, how many people do we have in this chat? We already have 500 people in this chat. Remember the early days for those of you that have been here since the beginning? We can have a couple hundred. It's easier to manage the audience and things like that. So if I miss your super chat, it's not me doing that intentionally. I really don't do that. Even when you guys say crazy things in the super chats, I end up reading them. So please understand it's not intentional. All right? So if I miss your super chat, I apologize. I try to catch them as much as I can. All right, I just caught one. I'll get to that one in a second. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook. Hey, Melisha, I think is how you pronounce your name. Hey, Kara, what's going on? Lily's in on Facebook. We're watching from Cali. Melisha's watching from Cali. I think I might make a trip out to California. Stay tuned. I'm just saying, look, gotta live your life, right? Speaking about living your life, Married to Medicine. So as you know, I've been doing a rewatch. Well, no. The first season was a rewatch, but these next couple, remember, I fell out of Married to Medicine after the first season. Okay? But now I'm back in, and I get why you guys love Married to Medicine. What happened with Mariah? Was Mariah just, because Mariah had a miscarriage, she was going through things in season 3. Is that why we only get sprinkles of Mariah? Or was there some drama going on then that I don't recall? Did they try to kick her out then? Well, she's coming. She does come back towards the end of season 3. And I have to say, Mariah is a instigator. She's not a perfect human being. However, I look at Quad very differently. After you watch all of these episodes all at the same time, I look at Quad, and Quad is a Taurus. I can't. What? She's a Taurus? Well, I can't relate to Quad at all. She is so phony. But I've always felt that way about Quad. Sorry, Quad. She just comes across so phony. She's come across that way since the beginning. But watching it all together, did you guys miss Quad this episode? We only got Quad for that little bit. Did you notice? Did you notice that? We only got Quad for a little bit this episode. I didn't miss her. But watching her relationship with Dr. Greg and I'm just looking, as soon as she got on this show, she knew from jump she was going to get on this show. She wanted to be a star. She wanted to leave, doing the medical sales business, and she wanted to do other things. And soon, Homegirl was in season 3. I think she was doing it for BCBG, and she swore that she was like a supermodel. I'm like, Quad, it was so fake and phony. So fake and phony. Miss Brooklyn says, I was never a Quad fan. She should have been let go and Mariah kept. Oof. See why it's important to watch. This is one of the series you have to watch the old seasons because you probably would have a different feeling about some of the cast of characters. Because I was okay with Quad coming back last season. I was like, yeah, we need a little Quad. It was nice to have a little Quad. But after I've been watching season after season, oof. Logan says, it's interesting that Quad did not want to have a baby with Greg, but ended up with a child now. But here's the thing. Even that whole situation, I'm getting Marlo vibes. But I'm holding out hope because I want to see how this all plays out because we still don't know what happened with Mason's mom. You know what I mean? She mentioned it in the Entertainment Tonight interview, and all of a sudden I went like this. Wait a minute. Because I like her interaction with Mason, and it felt authentic. It felt real. But when she tried to explain what's going on, I was just like, wait a minute. Okay. And don't get me wrong. I can see why producers like Quad on the show and liked Quad on the show. I literally just watched in season 3 because that's when Lisa Nicole splashes the water in her face. And then it turns into a big old fight. That was some look, and that's the thing. It's hard to pick someone in that fight who you like more because it's like fake fighting fake. You know what I mean? Like Lisa Nicole is fake, and she had a lot of stuff going on with Dr. Darren. Okay, I already knew about the rumors about Dr. Darren, but were they true? Atlanta, were those rumors true? I mean, he admitted to cheating, but what about the man? Look, I'm doing a rewatch. Can we talk a little bit during our Married to Medicine recap about some of the old seasons? Because I think it's relevant to the current season. Dr. Heavenly has always been Dr. Heavenly. She has not changed. At least with her, you can be like, that's who she is. This is who she is. This is who she's been from the beginning. And although you might not like it, I can be like, I can respect it because this is who she is. This is who she's always been. This is who she's always been. Mocha says, how you doing? Wait, hold on.
How you doing?
Dr. Darren. Something about him, though, is a little off, too. But him being off and her being off Lisa Nicole, because remember last season, we didn't love Lisa Nicole either. Something very shady about her, too. So no wonder that whole situation is just shady. But that fight between her and Quad, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect Lisa Nicole to get crunk. And at first I was like, okay, I can understand Lisa Nicole doing a background check on Quad if they were going to do business. But we come to find out they weren't going to do business together. She was just really doing a background check on her friend. So I had to look at her like, you of all people are doing a background check on people? Miss Brooklyn says, Heavenly is definitely not acting for cameras. She isn't. Is Heavenly doing her thing tonight? Hey, Mo Reality, how's your baby? Mo Reality says, yeah, she's been consistent. I think Heavenly fights with the ladies because she can't with her husband. Ooh, that's a deep one. She kind of fought with Dr. Damien Daddy this episode. Okay, perfect segue. Let's get into this episode. Where's my notes? Hold on, y'all. Let me open up my notes. Okay. So we're already more than halfway through the season. We saw the mid-season trailer last week. So this episode is titled The O Shot. And someone Googled Schmoogle last night when we were talking about Married to Medicine. You mentioned that there is a P shot for men. I don't need it. But when I do, I'm going to get me one. They do that same thing for facials. They do that little blood, take your own blood and they use it for your facial. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if I can do that because then I'll come up on this camera. Y'all looking, what the hell is in Kempire's face? Trying to stay young and cute. Just saying. But apparently the P shot is out there too. But the O shot is the name of this episode because Dr. Jackie, and this is what I love about Dr. Jackie. And I know when people love to call Dr. Jackie boring, I'm like, no, Dr. Jackie needs like her own little spinoff where she talks about these things, these little things that people don't know about when it comes to their sexual health. The O shot. Y'all gonna get one? Look, y'all gonna get one? Hetty says menopause is real. I know quite a few women that are just going through menopause and the struggles they've gone through. I was like, damn, you women go through a lot. You do. If it's not the period, now you got the loss of the period. What are we talking about right now? Nope, not doing Kempire After Dark. Not today. Maybe later in the week. I can't. But women go through a lot. Never mind the system of the world and what women have to go through, but your period and then the loss of your period and then you going through hot flashes, you can't sleep. I know a few women that were recently going through this and they were looking for ways of how to relieve it, and they've tried everything in the book and it doesn't help. Damn, God got a terrible sense of humor. Damn. How do we? Oh, we're talking about the O shot. Okay, so at the top of this episode, we get Anila and Karen. So Anila is still struggling with taking care of her kids. And look, I feel as if you got it, feel free. I think our big issue with Anila is not the fact that she has a nanny. It's not the fact that she has the capabilities of having someone take care of her children. It's the fact that she's not able to do it. God forbid she had to do it herself. She's not able to do it. Even me, who's never had children, if I had to take care of some kids, I think I'd be fine. I've helped, with nieces and nephews and cousins and things like that. Sheila, shut up. Sheila, I did not expect to see. Sheila says, I got the O shot. Okay, Sheila, we want to know, how was it? Was it everything that they said it was? Jenna, you guys, I tell you, I guys have a bunch of moms here. She says, no Kempire After Dark. He needs to eat and sleep and hydrate after. I agree. That's why I'm drinking. I'm heavy on my water today. Okay. Robin says that procedure should take a lot longer than what they showed. They would have to hook you up to an what is that? What is that? A pheresis machine, which removes and spins your blood. Well, we also know there's a lot of editing too. So God only knows how long they were there. And that's partially probably why Dr. Jackie had it all catered. We'll get to that scene in a second. Back to Anila and Karen. So Anila needs some help. She's asking Karen to allow her parents to come and stay with them. And Karen's like, okay, before we even get to what Karen's like. So they talk about the Vegas trip a little bit, and they talk about Anila and how she was degrading Dr. Eugene. Look, apparently this season they're going to be talking about the marriage trouble between Dr. Eugene and Toya. However, yes, I know all of you are going to be saying this. They've been having marriage trouble. Yeah, but I feel like they're choosing this season to be their scene. Toya just disliked the video. Toya, it's okay. So Anila brings up how she was being degrading to Dr. Eugene during the Vegas trip. And then she also brought up the fact that if they had to swap husbands, she chose Karen, assuming that he would have a long one. Karen later in the episode makes a joke. I was like, this is why I understand why Anila probably loves this man. Not only is he, successful, but he's also funny. Get you someone that makes you laugh. Stop getting so fixated on just looks. Yes, looks are important. Being attracted is very important. However, get you someone that makes you laugh. Karen makes me laugh. I know he makes her laugh. Can you imagine the things that he says that they don't show? What he says off camera? So he brings that up and Karen's like, what? So because Anila is unable to take care of her children, she needs more help. She's been discussing with her husband to have Karen come, have her parents come. But Karen's like, okay, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to have some rules. We're going to have some commandments. The editing, these producers are getting so excited with their editing, which I get. If my only job was editing, I would love it. Can you imagine the amount of, you already see my editing in my pre-recorded videos. If I had more time to just do editing and not to be the face of it and not to put it out, can you imagine how much time I could be just playing around, adding effects and things like that? These editors, this episode cracking me up when he had the 10 commandments and it was like, duh. Here's the thing. I do think that they should have a level of boundaries with their parents. Look, I'm always putting up boundaries with y'all. Boundaries are important in life. If you don't put boundaries, people will keep pushing. Keep pushing. Oh, okay, Amber. He's a married man, Amber. Amber says, Karen's attractive to me. He's a married man. But I get it. His personality is very attractive. He's funny. I still think the U-Haul situation was funny. sorry, Dr. Eugene, but not sorry. You chose this life. After I rewatched these episodes, I'm like, at this point, season 9 years later. So they've come up with a list of do's and don'ts for Anila's parents for when they come live with them. We'll get back to that. Speaking of Dr. Eugene, so Toya is with her, also watching those boys, Toya's boys, Avery and Asher, grow up. They were such a cute little boys, and now they're cute little men. They have some cute kids. They really do have some cute kids. But seeing them as little babies, and now like little teenagers getting accused of stealing. So here's the thing. I'm glad that they kept this in. The whole conversation of how a black boy, and God only knows, I'm probably the only black boy in that group of friends, being accused of stealing, that could turn out pretty bad. I know some people are like, how bad could it turn out? They're kids. Check your news, please. Check your news. So this conversation about her son Avery being accused of stealing his friend's game because of another friend said, oh, he took it. That could have led to something really ugly. And I'm glad that it didn't, but it could have. I'm sorry. Sharon says soda came out my nose. I'm sorry. I tell you guys, don't drink and look, don't drink while you're watching the show. Dustin, thank you so much for the super chat. Dustin says, I love your new studio. Hope you're having a good day. I have an Amanda. Oh, I don't know what you meant to say there, Dustin, but thank you so much for the super chat. And it's not a new studio. I'm just moving things around. You guys know I get bored. So I was moving things around. I will be adding more. It's very blank right now, which I don't love. But I'm trying to, Virgo moon, trying to clean up and organize. Shout out to all the Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgos. Woo, woo, woo. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, hold on. I told you, Kempire, Quad is the one to watch. She throws her hand and hit it very deep. This is why I'm doing a rewatch. After this, I'm going to go have dinner and I'm going to rewatch some more episodes of Married to Medicine. Thank you, Nia, for another super chat today. We appreciate you. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Nikki says, now we know why Jackie was cracking whips and being freaky deaky. She's pushing her O shot. Good for her. I mean, that's the other thing. Dr. Jackie, there's a line of people now at Dr. Jackie's office to get an O shot after this promotion on the show. There's a line. Sean, thank you so much for the super chat. Sean says, Damon told Heavenly right. I know you think this is what you need to do, but you don't. She needs to say less and let Tess look crazy. We're going to get there. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean, for another super chat. Hold on. Sean says, Contessa was so out of order in her response to Damon. He said nothing about career and did not talk down to her. Thank you. We're gonna get into all of that. Thank you, Sean, for another super chat. All right, guys. Guys, we have almost 1,000 people here in the building. Can we get to 500 likes? Can we get to 500 likes? Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting not just our channel, but supporting other channels, but also supporting the show. I know you don't realize this, but more people talk about the show. It's also promotion for Bravo's Married to Medicine. And it's a promotion for Dr. Jackie's O shot. Dr. Jackie said men can't get it. But then someone Googled Schmoogle and said you can. There is a P shot. I'm not trying to get one. I'm just saying when there comes a time. Not the P shot. Happy early birthday, Marlo. Okay. Thank you, Danielle, for the super chat. Danielle says, happy birthday, Virgos. Confetti. Yay. I'm being nice to the Virgos for the rest of the season. I swear. At least until we start Libra season. But I really don't drag Libras. I like Libras. I'm sure I can. I usually drag every sign, though. Trust and believe. I will. So Dr. Jackie's I'm sure she's doing very well, especially after last night's episode, because I'm sure women that did not hear about this are now like, I'm going to get me an O shot. She's already made a lot of money from being on this show and multiple different products, and she has her own practice. And even the practice, did you see those? Did you look at those halls? The fact that I'm watching old seasons and looking at the old offices, and now to look at the offices now, that coin is coming in. Happy birthday, Sephora. September 1st that's your birthday. When is that? That's in a few days. See, Brooklyn Star, Libra gang. Here we go. Don't know what I just started. All right. Reminder, guys. Reminder. We are trying to help teachers. We posted during our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap a link tree so that you guys can go to whichever. Please feel free to scroll down and help all the teachers on this list, their Amazon list. We are also reaching out to the teachers right now. Teachers, if you submitted your Amazon wish list and it made our list, please ensure that you've set it up correctly so that people, when they donate and they're about to check out, under addresses, your which is protected, they won't see your address, but they will see an option to put your information as opposed to their own address. Okay, so please make sure that is set up, teachers that have submitted and have made our list. We will be adding more teachers once we get through the list. Trust and believe, guys, if you go through the list, very inexpensive. If each one of us bought something, we'd probably be able to finish this entire list. So feel free if you can. I understand people are in their own financial constraints. However, sharing is free. So feel free to share the link. I've tagged the link in the live chat. I'm gonna actually post it on Facebook and Twitch and Twitter again as well. Let me just do that. Let me just save this. Hold on. Let me just do that. Hold on, y'all. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. I don't know why I'm singing Burger. Is it Burger King? McDonald's? All right. Yeah, so we're trying to help teachers any way that we can. Any way that we can. Hold on, y'all. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. And we will get back into our Married to Medicine recap. Deborah Neal Love, happy birthday. Her birthday's on September 1st as well. My sister's birthday's on September 1st. I have 2 Virgo sisters. Lucky me. Okay. And I'll post it here in the live chat as well. Okay. Did I do that correctly? Yes. All right, let's get back to this. And replay crew, please feel free as well. I've already posted the link in the description of this video. The link is pinned in the live chat. Anything that you can do, sharing the link, buying something, feel free. Teachers, if you submitted, please ensure that your Amazon link has your protected address so that people have that as an option when checking out. Okay? All right. Y'all still talking about that old shot? Can we move on? All right. Back to this. So Toya and Eugene talk about the issue with their son, which leads to a conversation about Eugene not being home enough. And I know what some of you are thinking. Because I thought it too. He's working all these hours, and when he comes home, he's getting rest. He doesn't have the time or the energy between being everything for Toya too, because I'm sure she wants a lot of his time too. And he has 2 boys. And he was helping take care of them while she was in Vegas. But apparently that's going to be their storyline for this season, that they're having marital problems. I just feel as if you want this man to give you a certain kind of life, although she said that she makes more money than he does. Okay, I believe it, because we've already talked about how much money she probably makes on the show, how much money she makes from endorsements and other things that she's working on, so that she has a wine. And an ER doctor does not make the same amount of money. He's probably making $200,000, a little bit less than that. But I'm sure, do the husbands, I'm sure they get a paycheck. Or is it like Housewives where, unlike Jersey, that paycheck is all going to her? I don't know if the husbands get a paycheck, even though all of you love the husbands on the show. So they do deserve their own paycheck. Here we go. Here y'all still talking about the O shot. Michelle says, is that O shot covered by the HMO? Asking for a friend. I don't think it is. You know how American health insurance is. Just saying. Okay. Exactly. Dina says, for now, the show won't last forever. Well, based off the ratings, I mean, the ratings aren't terrible, but they're not great. They could be one into, this could be their last season. Look at Shots of Sunset. Their ratings were better than Married to Medicine, and they decided not to bring that show back. And they've tried to spin off Married to Medicine, and it hasn't worked. Mario says, no, the husbands don't get paid. Yeah, I figured they didn't. I figured that they didn't. All right, let's move on to another scene. Okay, so Dr. Jackie and Heavenly meet up, and they're talking about Heavenly. Even when Heavenly is going through things, Heavenly is still very light and still very fun. I have to give that to her. So her mom is sick, and her mom has since passed. But we're starting to see the lead up to that. And Heavenly, she's there to get the things that she needs to get from her friend that's an OBGYN to keep all the things going. But Heavenly is like, she's not in menopause. Heavenly says, I get my period. I get my period. She says, I get my period. I mean, I might have delays. I might, miss it for a couple of months, but it comes back. Okay. So they have that conversation, but this is also where she reveals to Dr. Jackie that now she has to decide on hospice for her mom. So she's dealing with all of this right now, and she's dealing with filming, and she's dealing with all the businesses that she has. So Dr. Heavenly is dealing with a lot. And I have to say, for someone that's dealing with all of this, you really couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell. So they have that conversation. And that's when Dr. Jackie brings up the O-Shot party. So Dr. Heavenly does plan to come. But once we get to the O-Shot party, she calls Dr. Jackie and lets her know that she's not going to be able to come. She's not going to be able to come. All right. So Kieran and Anila. So we have Anila's parents arrive, and Kieran decides to share the rules of the house. Okay. Anila's mother is a lot. She is a lot, but we like her. We like her more than we like Anila. At least I do. Thank you so much, AEM, for the super chat. AEM says $2,500 a pop for the O-Shot. Last night we Googled schmoogled, and I heard it was like $1,400 to $1,800. Now it's $2,500. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, no, Kempire. Eugene makes well over $1 million a year. Dr. Heavenly spoke about that in a video on YouTube. Dr. Damon was his previous boss. I find that hard to believe. Look, doctors make decent money, but I find that hard to believe. Over $1 million a year. I know he was a director of the ER, but If you had said to me 500,000, I'd be like, okay, I could see that. $1 million? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Especially after his insurance. He's not making that. I don't believe that at all. Sorry. A lot of that stuff is public information, not his specific salary, but the median salaries for his position. Exactly. She says, as an ER doctor? Exactly. Exactly. I don't know about $1 million. Oh, Sheila said mine was her O shot was $2,000. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing. I love that. And he said, yeah, I mean, like if you had said to me 500,000, I could understand, but I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it. Yeah, Ebony says maybe 330,000. Jerome says ER doctors make 350 to 650,000. Yeah, I don't. Even the 650,000, I feel like we're. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I definitely think doctors need to be paid more just as much as teachers need to be paid more. I just. Okay. Okay. Back to this. So I don't necessarily believe that. But thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. All right. Okay. So Anila's parents arrive and here's the thing. I get setting up boundaries. Boundaries are important, but you're asking for their help. They have these commandments in English and in Hindi. But if you read through the rules, some of those rules I felt were a little disrespectful. Even though it might be true, you're sharing these rules on national television where at least 1 million people are going to see it this week. I think I wrote down one of the rules. Yeah, one of the rules, must wash hands after touching food. I mean, that should be a given, but the fact that you're saying this about them, I feel like it's a little disrespectful. Must knock on doors, I get. But that's where Karen gives us that funny moment. Because Anila's mom in the past there's double doors in order to get, because they have a fabulous bathroom. So, you have to go through a couple of doors before you get to the shower area. Fabulous. And he said, she'll knock and just come through doors. And he's like, come on, knock on the doors. I get that. I get it. All right. Kieran says in his confessional, in regards to the mom coming, if they would put up a tarp or something, like, he said she would still peek through. He says at one point, he says all she would see is the figment of Toya's imagination. I didn't expect that. I thought we had moved on. But the fact that Kieran brought that up again later in the episode during his confessional, I was just like, yeah. All right. I thought that was hilarious. All right. Moving on. So the juiciest part, even the O-Shot scene that we end with is one thing, but the Dr. Simone. And I have to say, watching Dr. Simone over the years, I know I was very critical of her this season. Say, what is she bringing? She's boring. But she's been interesting through. I mean, I haven't loved her in these first few seasons that I've been watching of her. I haven't loved her because she's anger management. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? Like, she can get real. Remember that one time when she was having the beef with Toya and they went to that place, the couples, and they were trying to make peace, and then she gets so crunk, she storms out of there, and then she's yelling at Eugene in the parking lot. She's like, I feel like you set me up to fail. Like, she was angry. Like, she scared me because she comes across so sweet in so many other areas. So when she gets angry, it's like scary. It's kind of scary. So she hosts this party because, as you know, her and Eugene, not Eugene, Cecil are they're developing a book. They're working on a book. They're battling in regards to chapter names and all that stuff. And they're hosting Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon and Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott to come over to talk about relationships and how people met. There's the throwback photos of Dr. Simone and Cecil. I'm like, they were so cute back in the day. And didn't they both go to HBCUs? Like they are literally, I mean, they're not literally because different professions. They're literally like the Cosbys. They're literally like the Cosbys. I was like, look at them. They were cute. So when they were talking about Dr. Contessa and how she got together with Dr. Scott, and they were just talking about how you're going to be debt free by 35 and you're going to be debt free by 35. I was like, there ain't nothing in this relationship. Here's the thing. And this is why Heavenly gets herself in trouble. As soon as Dr. Contessa comes in, Heavenly says to her, she jokes to her, she says that they were invited to give them, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott, relationship advice. Okay, y'all are just getting in a better place, Dr. Heavenly. It is too soon to be cracking those types of jokes. It's too soon. Okay. D says Dr. Simone is annoying. That big laugh it was like scrapping a chalkboard. I mean, I can see that. I forgot what he does. He works in works in corporate America. He works in like corporate America. I guess they don't talk about his job a lot intentionally. Maybe, like I didn't talk about my job when I was working in corporate America a lot, just because they get weird about that kind of stuff. They're not trying to be on reality TV. AEM, thank you so much for another super chat. AEM says this. Hold on. The salaries of an ER Atlanta, Georgia range from not 7. Why is an ER doctor at the starting range 70,000 to almost 800,000 with a median salary of 335,000? The middle of 50% of the ER doctors makes between 335 and 478,000, with the top 86% making 763 before taxes, before malpractice insurance. So how much do they make? How much are they taking home? Like, all this is well and good. Thank you, AAM, for the super chat. Like, this is all great, but then we also understand taxes. Yeah, he was thank you, DV. He was an IT manager, because I'm watching the old episodes. He was an IT manager working in corporate America. Now he's a realtor. I would love to see some of that real estate. Cecil, can we get a real estate show with Cecil? He's got a big personality. I'm glad he sort of pulled back, though, because he was a little annoying in the early seasons. I'm glad he's pulled back. Star says 70K is when they're in residency. I feel like that's still not enough. They're still doing work. So Dr. Heavenly makes that very inappropriate comment to Dr. Contessa as soon as she walks in. Yeah, they invited us to give you guys relationship advice. This is not the time. We are just getting into a good place, Dr. Heavenly. This is not the time to be cracking jokes. It was funny to us. It was funny to us, but I'm sure it wasn't funny to them. Just saying. Okay. All right. Exactly. Heady says, we love some property shows. Come on now. Okay. Ooh, Miss Jennifer says that Cecil shows his real estate on Instagram. I don't have time to can't we get a show? I have been watching a lot of real estate on YouTube recently. That is my dream. I will have a spinoff where I go through real estate, like go in person and look at real estate around the world. And I take you guys with me. Can you see it? Can we co-create that for me? Look for me. I want to do that. I want that show. because I would go in as a novice and be like, well, this is interesting, this is nice, this could be improved on. What's the neighbor like? I think I'd be good at hosting a show like that. All right, let me focus. Married to Medicine. So this conversation, as they're reminiscing, Dr. Simone and Cecil are reminiscing about their relationship. Dr. Contessa is reminiscing about their relationship. They've definitely leaned in this season to say that we're not talking about a relationship like that. Only the good stuff. Only the good stuff. So, Dr. Damon Daddy, or Daddy Damon, brings up how men and women are different when it comes to how they deal with conflict. And we talk about that all the time. Just like in the world, we talk about how men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We talk about that. There are books about this. So he talks about it, and he's talking specifically about the conflict between Contessa and Heavenly. He says it hurts him to his core that this BS is happening. And Dr. Contessa said, I don't think it's BS. Because that's her storyline this season. That's her storyline this season. Dr. Heavenly tries to chime in the conversation. And Dr. Damon is probably the only one to simmer her down. Because he's just like, but the confessional, Contessa associating his job with her job, I was like, where is this coming from? What? I'm confused here. I'm very confused. What does his job have anything to do with what he's talking about? He's saying that this conflict that you guys are having hurts him. He feels like it's silly. It's not necessary, especially if there was a real friendship. And he's saying that men deal with conflict very differently, especially men in this group. Ebony says that he literally was just softly speaking, saying he's disappointed. And I love that for him, because you know what? He's the epitome of, you don't have to yell to get your point across. Because I believe he was not just speaking to Dr. Contessa, he was speaking to Dr. Heavenly. And when he's bringing up points, he's like, Dr. Contessa, are you talking about Heavenly? And then Heavenly tries to chime in, and then she was like, and then it gets blown out of proportion. People cursing at each other across the table, even though I have to say it was Dr. Contessa who was the first one to cuss, right? From what I can remember. So Dr. Damon Daddy's like, I'm done. Mind you, he still had his scrubs on, so he probably came home, coming from work, and he's just tired. He's tired. He just wants to relax. He just wants to have a good time. But Dr. Contessa's like, this is my storyline. But her association with his work, I make as much as you do. I was like, where did this come from? He didn't mention anything about your job. This is about conflict. Dr. Damon is like, I'm done. Let's go. I'm leaving. And he leaves. And of course, Heavenly goes right behind him. And he's very much like me. If we were driving home after something like that, I don't want to talk about it. I just need quiet. I had a long day at the office. I just need quiet. Turn on that Beyonce album. I mean, it wasn't out then, but turn on that Beyonce album. Okay, if your husband tells you to turn on the Beyonce album, you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems, okay? Let me say thank you. AEM, thank you so much for the super chat. AEM says it's overdue for Contessa to be gone. Okay. Sean, thank you so much for another super chat. Sean says that is why Eugene takes extra shifts, probably consults on the side. Well, now he's no longer a director. So he says in order to make up for not being a director anymore, he has to work certain amounts of hours. I'm like, damn, that's rough. That's rough. Thank you, Keisha, for the super chat. Keisha says, hold on. Donnell Jones. Wait, Donnell Jones' mother. Oh, Miss Renee. I was like, wait a second. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all gonna bring up Miss Renee now. Told Contessa. Wait, told y'all Contessa was a fraud, but they kept her on the show with these fake storylines, except her father. Oh, Miss Renee. I can't wait to get to the scenes with Miss Renee, because the way you guys talk about Miss Renee, Donnell Jones' mother, I'm just like, I can't wait to watch this all play out. Right now, Dr. Contessa is not even on the show in my rewatch. So does she come in season 4? I think she comes in season 4, right? D says, does Dr. Scott speak anymore? Barely. Did Contessa cut out his tongue? No. I think they just made an agreement. If we're going to stay married, this is the narrative that we're going to have for the show. But she has more scenes with that trainer than she has with anyone else. So that fight blows up. Dr. Dame and Daddy and Dr. Heavenly leave. Dr. Contessa is over there in her confessional. Like, I make as much as he does. I don't know who he's talking to. And we're all very confused. At least I was confused. Guys, we have over 1,200 people here for our Married to Medicine recap. We appreciate you all being here. All our replay crew. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the description for more details on how you can support us help teachers during this back to school season. There are links there. If you can help out, please feel free. If you can share the links, please feel free. Also, people in the live chat, again, click, share, all the good things to help teachers fulfill these Amazon wish lists for their classroom. Because here in the States, for those that are watching abroad, teachers have to buy their own supplies for their classroom. And they already don't get paid a lot. So anything that everyone can do. And if you're one of the teachers that submitted and your name is on the list, please ensure that you set up your Amazon wish list correctly, and that not your address, but like where it's supposed to go is given for the option, so people are able to donate and send it directly to that address. They will not see your address. Okay. It will just come up as, Kempire's address, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Let me take a sip. The O shot. Let's go to the O shot. All right. So the O shot therapy. We've talked about this already at the top of this show. So we have this entire scene. All the ladies are invited. Dr. Heavenly calls Dr. Jackie to let her know she's not going to be coming because she just had to sign off on a DNR for her mom. And you could hear the emotion in Heavenly's voice, but at the same time, Heavenly is making us laugh. She's making us laugh, but that's her coping mechanism. So she tells Dr. Jackie she's not going to be able to come. So the other ladies do arrive. Quad, this is our very first scene with Quad. I'm like, what happened to Quad? Quad decided that she's not going to get the O shot because she's like, I'm still dating, and, I need to make sure that the man is able to, give me his 100%. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think that has anything to do with it. If anything, it's just going to heighten your experience. I think she was using that as an excuse. I don't think she wanted to do it. Anyone else? For me, it felt like that's not an excuse. Just say you don't want to do it. Anila, say you don't want to do it. Why would Anila bring her mom, who she's never talked about sex with, to something like this? She used her mom as an excuse not to get the O shot. That's why she brought her mom. That's the way that I feel. Why would you bring your mom for something like this? It's not just the ladies hanging out. Oh, Chelsea says it does. Men are lazy, Kempire. All right. Oh, D says, good point. A $2,500 shot for free. Sign me up. I just feel as if, again, free. Again, it's supposed to elevate your experience. But again, we had another situation with Quad that I'm just looking at her with the side eye like, yeah, something shady about you. And I don't know what it is. Anila too, though. Anila brought her mom so that she didn't have to do it. Why not? Okay, just say you don't want to do it though. I would respect that more because now I'm looking at you like you're crazy. You at your big age can't tell your mother I'm doing it. Right? All right. Bala says a free O shot? No way I'd say no. But here's the thing. Some people don't like shots, period. But some of them, even like Anila, went through the whole blood work situation and decided not to get it. My mother would have had to been strong. I'm getting my O shot today. Okay. Jada says Quad the fraud. All right. So of course, the battle that happened between Contessa and Heavenly comes up at this event because Contessa does arrive. And she backpedals because all that stuff that she was saying about Dr. Damon in the confessional, she was like, well, no, my issue mainly was with Heavenly. But you made it seem like it had something to do with your issue was with Dr. Damon, how he was taking Heavenly's side. And Quad decides to call out Contessa. She's like, well, you know why Heavenly probably reacted like that? Because she's dealing with a lot when it comes to her mom. And then Dr. Contessa's like, well, let's pray. Look, I'm big on prayer too. However, I just feel like Dr. Contessa is just getting fraudulent. I just felt like, well, let's pray. Let's pray for her. Let's pray for her. Really? I'm just going to post this up because I can't read it. I mean, you got a point. When you put it that way, Stacy. When you put it that way, Stacy. You got a point. All right. Johnny, thank you so much for the super chat. Johnny says Contessa is not in love with Scott. She wants Dr. Britton. Oh, damn. Y'all always bringing up Dr. Britton. Contessa has more masculine energy than Scott. Well, they also talked about how she would not want a yes man. Okay, I wasn't the only one. Okay, Lady G says the prayer was fake AF. Rebecca says Dr. Contessa is so fake. All right, because sometimes I think in my head, it's like, maybe you've just been doing this for too long. Maybe you've been reviewing these shows for too long. Oh, Jenna says, you're going to pray over me, but then talk cash crazy. Keep that. Okay. AEM, thank you so much for another super chat. AEM, you just throwing the dollars. Wait, I forgot to shimmy. Look, I don't want to shake too much. I got a headache. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Quash receives her O shots from her shower heads. You guys are a mess. Belza says Contessa is a lot. Sharita says, I love me some Dr. Britton Cole. Come on. You know what? Tabitha says she gives LGBTQ vibes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's my community. Hey, Alphabet Mafia. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, don't forget to follow the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. We posted a visual version of our podcast last week. Also, a new episode of my podcast, the audio version, came out over the weekend. We also had a special guest. We're talking about Reiki, but we're also talking about hot topics. So be sure to check that out. Kempire Radio on your favorite podcast platform. Don't forget to rate and review it as well. All right. Miss Beverly says she initiated the prayer in bed. Yeah, but even then, when she initiated it, then I was just looking at her like, and look, and like I said, I believe in the power of prayer. It just was like out of nowhere. I was like, did she find Jesus during her relationship situation? All right. I am going to drop the call-in link for members only today. As I said to you at the top of this, for those that are just joining us, I got a headache, so I don't want to take a lot of callers today. I wasn't going to take any callers because some of you were saying, don't take any callers at all. I'm going to drop the call-in link for members only. Let me just go. Let me find the members situation. Hold on, y'all. We'll take some quick calls, some short and shady comments about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. I have to say, the rewatch, I'm enjoying the rewatch more than the show. Royal Court members, I'm dropping the call link just for Royal Court members. I apologize. Just for Royal Court members, because there aren't a lot of perks for being a member of the channel, but I think this is a nice little perk. You get front of the line. Hold on. Let me just do this. Hey, Nadi on Facebook. I see you. Okay. So if you're a Royal Court member, I've just posted the link on the Kempire Daily community tab. Guys, we are live on multiple platforms. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. We're also live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. All right. And don't forget, tomorrow, we will be doing our Tuesday takeover at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, where we cover a variety of hot topics. We have to talk about everything that went down with Jen Shaw and the whole Lisa Barlow situation. We have to talk about 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. A new season just started. We have to talk about this whole Lisa Rinna situation as well. Okay. This Southern girl said, excuse me, y'all. The Southern girl says, me too. I love the earlier seasons. I have to say I do too so far, based on what I'm seeing. I can't wait to end this, eat some dinner, and watch some more episodes. I really do. All right. We already have a couple of people backstage, guys. Again, if you haven't liked the video, be sure to like the video. I'm also going to drop the call-in link now for our Team Kempire members next. And then we're going to call it a wrap for today. Again, guys, if you missed our recaps from earlier today, our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, be sure to check that out and let us know your thoughts on that. Okay. And thank you to our mods, guys. Don't forget to say hello, and thank you to our mods for being here and dealing with, our ever-growing community. All right. Let's take some callers. Let me switch this up. All right. Lonnie's backstage. Hold on. Let me bring Lonnie up. What's going on, Lonnie? Lonnie, are you there?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Uh-oh. Lonnie? Oh, Lonnie dropped out. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it happens that way. It's okay, Lonnie. Lonnie will call back in. We'll bring Lonnie up in just a second. Oh, wait. Did I just drop? Look, I just dropped myself out of Facebook. Hold on one second. Hold on. There we go. Lonnie, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I hit something.
But you know what? When you hit something, then also I knocked myself out. It's okay. It's all right.
No, because I have you like on the TV, but then I'm using my phone when I do call it. So it's like I like to see you on the TV. But I just want to say, like, for one, I will definitely be having a celebratory drink when Contessa is off the show. I will pop a bottle of Vouv. I will be very happy and excited. So for that, I hope that she gets off soon. And the prayer, it definitely is a bit fraudulent. I mean, she did the same thing in Vegas. Like, you've got a woman over in the corner that is filming you guys arguing in Vegas, and you're like, can we break out in prayer, please? It just seems so fake. And then the whole breakout in prayer for the O shot, it just seems very fraudulent. And the way that she talked to Dr. Damon Daddy, I did not appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, he was talking like very calm, and she took it completely to another area that she needed to listen. Like, I just did not like the way she talked to Dr. Damon Daddy, and I do like to call him Dr. Damon Daddy.
Me too.
So, but I didn't like it. But I did appreciate how he kind of like did what Kenya's ex-husband did. He would call her Ken and put her in line. Like, it kind of reminded me of that a bit. But I felt bad because he was just saying like, he's just disappointed. And I think also, life is short. You guys talked about it. You worked it out. You hashed it out. Stop reliving it and stop bringing it up. You're either going to get over it and move on, or you're not. So for that, I think that's where his disappointment is, and probably his aggravation and frustration. So that's all.
All right, Lonnie. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Let's get to some more callers. Shantae, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Shantae?
Hey, Kempire. Can you hear me good?
Yes, can you hear me?
Great. Yes. So I'm going to keep it short. Dr. Contessa, okay, we doing Quad the Fraud. let's do quad Contessa and Scott the fraud, because I listen to Dr. Heavenly's YouTube sometimes, and she tells a lot of stuff behind the scene. And she said Dr. Scott was telling her, like in between filming or something, like, y'all gonna get it back together, give it a
Yes.
couple of weeks. So it's like he's coaching Heavenly not to, because Heavenly don't know, but she wasn't realizing that this is what Dr. Contessa is using for her storyline. So maybe Dr. Damon was like, listen, this too much. Your husband whispering in my wife's ear about give it a couple of weeks. And I know Contessa isn't used to a guy being that soft spoken to her, but she should have just lived in the moment and let Dr. Damon Daddy speak. Because I was like, yes, you tell it. Because he didn't have to raise his voice to get his point across. And I know she's not used to that. So yeah, she was just projecting. But anyway, and about the 1 million, I think Dr. Heavenly said combined together, Toya and Dr. Eugene will bring in over $1 million, which is good. But we all know that they live like they have a $10 million salary. So, all right, Kempire, hope your headache gets better.
Thank you, Shantae.
Bye.
Bye. That's a valid point. Yeah, maybe together they're definitely bringing over $1 million, but their lifestyle is one of millions. I mean, at the end of the day, Toya, I know she's annoyed by people commenting on her lifestyle and her renting and buying and all the, but you came on a reality show, Toya. You've made it your storyline. Just saying. Oh, it's me. You know, it's me says, Kempire, I know this is an old show, but did you ever watch Flipping Out with, what's his face, right? No, I never did. I probably would have loved the show. I just don't really love him. But I heard it's a good show. But there's so much real estate shows that I wish I could get into. And I haven't really even watched any recently. All right, let me get through these callers, guys, because I can already feel this head just like, okay. Miss Jennifer, I'm going to bring you up for a short and shady comment. What's going on, Miss Jennifer?
Hey, Kempire, don't play with that headache. I'm a migraine sufferer. Don't be playing.
I know.
I'm glad you're drinking your water. Okay, so I will be really, really quick. Contessa and Heavenly were both wrong. And I think what Dr. Damon was a roundabout way saying to Heavenly, when you argue with a fool, it just proved two fools are arguing. Like she didn't have to go back and forth, right? And Heavenly did not have to do that dig when she came in. And Contessa was not listening for understanding. And I wish that her husband would have said, hey, just listen, and took up for Damon. I really, really like Damon. And I am so glad that he is now speaking up more in front of the camera to Heavenly, because we know that Heavenly respects him. But there's that saying to say people that are aggressive in the workplace are wimps at home. So yeah, it's true.
Oh.
And also I wanted to say too, real quick, just about the salary. We're talking about the base salary.
Yeah.
Because our base salary was like 70,000, but with all the overtime we did, we brought in over 100,000.
Yeah.
And I also want to say this: my primary care physician and my pharmacist are my neighbors. And our houses in this neighborhood go anywhere from like 7 to 9. They right up under $1 million, 7 to 9. You may be blessed to find one for like 6, but don't look at that. The housing market is crazy. But yeah, but I mean, I can walk to my doctor's house and say, hey, check me out. But yeah, but they do live above. Toya does. I know they say she makes her money, but that man is tired. He's tired. I mean, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing, Anila's mother, even though I understand the Indian community, Anila's mother is still disrespectful to that man in his home. Yeah. Period.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you, Miss Jennifer. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
One of the things that and this is what I can appreciate about having, Indian people on the show, them dragging each other. Because when Kieran says he's from the south of India, that's the first area of India that I went to visit. Sidebar. Look, when I post on the community tab, not just our community sees it. Everyone on YouTube, it'll show up on their timeline. Someone was like, not you doing an Aubrey O'Day. Like, I never went to the Taj Mahal because they didn't like the outfit that I had on. I guess maybe I was supposed to wear Indian garb. I was like, no. This is what was in my suitcase. I've been to India twice. Okay. And I'm about to go again. Okay. Give me time. I thought that was hilarious. But I love the fact that they were dragging each other's like because within the black community, within Jamaicans, people have their critiques and their stereotypes. And seeing them drag each other's stereotypes, I was like, tell us more. Tell us more. Eating with the elbows? Okay. All right. Shout out to everyone. I see everyone that's wishing me to feel better. I appreciate that, guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am going to drink some tea. Thank you, Bobo. I'm going to drink some tea after this. All right, let me get through the rest of these callers. Guys, we're only taking callers from our members right now. I'm just going to do these last 4 callers, and then I'm getting out of here. Going to have some dinner, and then I'm going to relax and watch some more Married to Medicine. Okay. Thank you, Heather. She says you look very nice in those pics. Thank you. I don't know why I focus on the 1 or 2 negative people that come in there, but I thought that was hilarious. Not me being in the Aubrey O'Day. If you don't know I didn't report on this, but Aubrey O'Day was being accused by a TikToker of faking some of the photos that she had posted and editing herself into these exotic places. Since then, Aubrey has denied it. I'm just like, I've been to India twice. I can show you my stamps. Should I post that next? No, because I don't care that deep. I know where I've been. All right. Okay. Nia, I'm going to bring you up next. Hold on. What's going on, Nia? And thank you for the super chat. Not bad. How are you?
So that Indian joke, I can relate to it because my grandfather was born in India. So I used to hear them talk. And in Jamaica, they have a population of Indians that they call coolies.
Yeah.
So
we don't use that terminology anymore.
Ooh, sorry.
It's okay, but I know.
My bad. I still hear people in my family. I still hear people even call me that sometimes too. I don't know. I think it's a Jamaican thing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, moving on. I told you about Quad. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all, watch her. Watch. I told y'all. I said I did not believe it when her and Mariah got to that fight, and she was like, "You hurt me. You hurt me." I was like, "Girl, you are so dramatic." And then, whenever everybody would ask, what exactly happened between you and Mariah? She could never tell you.
Yeah.
It was always, she knows the truth. She knows. It was just like, well, dang, tell us so we can know. Still to this day, I don't know what they was arguing about. And if anybody can figure that out,
Uh-oh. Nia.
the last thing we'll talk about is Contessa.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to agree with everybody else that I probably don't want to scream no more.
Oh, Nia, we can't even hear you, Nia. Somebody's trying to mess you up. Uh-oh. Nia. Oh. Nia, try to call back in. Trying to call back in. Dewan, I'm going to bring you up next. Hold on. What's going on, Dewan?
Hey, what's up, Kempire?
Nothing much. How are you?
I think last night showed exactly, how I think more people are finding Married to Medicine more interesting than Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's become like the Atlanta show. It just was, you got to see the mess, and you were educated at the same time, and just got to see all the great things that Dr. Jackie brings to the show, and all the other doctors. I just really like to be informed, and I just thought it was neat that they even showed the procedure and everything.
Yeah.
Contessa gets on my nerves. And I actually started out as being a huge supporter of hers. But it's just like, I don't know. And then that angry, aggressive, I feel like every scene she feels like she has to be on 10. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Why were you yelling at this man across the table like that?
Mm-hmm.
That was awkward. I felt Damon was, rightfully in his place. I'm curious to see, because so many people were upset about Ross and da-da-da-da-da. Damon cussed. He didn't stand up from the table, but he did use curse words. And
I did notice that.
I'm sorry?
I did notice that.
Yeah. And he did insert himself in the quote unquote women's business, which I don't mind. And I think, it brought wholesomeness to the show. And I think that's what I miss with Atlanta, just like seeing everybody interact. I'm curious. I can't wait until they go on this damn ski trip. Like, what is going on? Please. But other than that, great show. I appreciate you as always. Be safe.
Thank you so much, Dewan. Take care. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap of Married to Medicine. If you're part of the replay crew, we always want to hear what you guys have to say. How would you rate this episode of Married to Medicine? Matter of fact, how did you guys rate this episode? Let me go back to this page. All right, let me see. How did you rate this episode? Overwhelmingly, with 77% of the vote, you rated this episode between 7 and 10. Replay crew, I want to know how you would rate it, what you thought of what I had to say in regards to this episode. What are you looking forward to? And if you haven't already, be sure to check out our back to school fundraiser that we're trying to fulfill some of the wish lists for some of the teachers that submitted. Okay. All right. Let's get back to some more of these callers, and then we're going to call this up. We're going to wrap this up. All right, Leah, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Leah?
Hey again. My really quick and shady is Contessa. It seemed like everybody's talking about Contessa, but what I didn't like about how when Damon was just having a conversation and kind of bringing the, the male perspective of kind of what I don't mind when men get into or insert themselves into quote unquote women's business. I think Damon was trying to be the peacemaker in this, and Contessa just went all the way left for whatever reason. And then when they left, the thing that really got me, and I said that's the one thing I want to talk about, is Contessa said, "How dare he talk to me? I'm a doctor. I'm on his level." It wasn't about your credentials, in my opinion. It was about the fact that he was talking to you as a human being, as a married person to married person, a husband giving his husband's opinion, and to a wife. And Contessa just took it all the way left, and that I didn't understand. It had nothing to do with her credentials, her being a doctor.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I wanted to say. And you don't feel good, my brother?
No.
Get better.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
You too, Leah. Bye. All right. We're going to take one last caller, guys. Let me just say thank you. We had actually a couple of super chats that I didn't read. I apologize. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Judy, thank you so much for the super chat. Judy says, Kempire, after this recap, take care of you. I enjoyed the podcast on Reiki. Thank you, Judy. We appreciate you supporting. Lonnie, thank you so much for the super chat. Lonnie says, thank you for all you do, Kempire. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Jesus, thank you for the super chat. Jesus says, let them know Kempire twice. I had to think about this. I was like, what does he mean? Oh, I've been to India twice. And the last time I went was very luxurious. Just saying. Okay. All right. Let me take one last caller. Sharon, I'm going to bring you up for a short and shady comment. What's going on, Sharon?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm going to make this real short because you know what time it is.
What time is your game's on?
Yeah. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to take up for Contessa. You all forget the girl was in the military. And you don't know she may have been in Iraq fighting for our country. So that is why she is so aggressive. My husband was in the military, and he's the same way. And also, that's my homegirl. She's from Missouri. Don't mess with them Kansas City girls. Talk to you later, Kempire.
Talk to you later, Sharon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Sharon is hilarious. Okay. Thank you to everyone that called in. Shout out to our members. Again, guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. You don't have to become a member, but it does help us to elevate and continue to do what we do here on the channel, and that we're able to expand and do more. Like get an editor. Oh my God. All this work that I have to do behind the scenes. But it is what it is. I am my own boss. I put pressure on myself. That must be the Jamaican and the Taurus in me. It is what it is. But thank you all for being such great supports, and thank you for all the tips on how I can treat this headache. I appreciate it. I don't think it's COVID, because hence I'm not really around people, but also I don't really have any other symptoms, but we'll see how long this lasts. It's Elsing says, I'm on my, thank you. Say a prayer for me, please. Not a Dr. Contessa prayer. Elsing says, I'm on my way to church. I will say a real prayer for you. Feel better, not a real prayer. prayer. I appreciate the prayer, though. Thank you, L. Singleton, because we were talking about Dr. Contessa and her fake prayer. Guys, let's continue this conversation below. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our moderators. Don't forget to say thank you to our moderators. Thank you to the members of our channel. Thank you to everyone watching on multiple platforms. Hey, Twitter. Hey, Twitch. Hey, Facebook. I don't know why I'm yelling at Facebook. Thank you to everyone that supports the channel any way that they can. Namaste. Thank you for the super chat. Namaste says, are you ill, Kempire? Get well soon. Thank you so much. It's a headache. Hopefully, I will feel better by tomorrow for our live recap. Our live recap of 90 Day Fiancé, but it's our Tuesday takeover. So we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. So be here tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm also still trying to get used to this new setup. I got screens over here, screen right here. So I'm still trying to get used to this new setup, but slowly but surely. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, any way that you can, please help us support these teachers. The link is available in the description of this video. It's also pinned in our live chat. Facebook, did I post it on? Yeah, I posted it on Facebook as well. So be sure to check that out. Any way that you're able to help the teachers fulfill their Amazon wish list, please, please, please. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Let's get out of here with some music. You know how we do. Replay crew, let me know your thoughts. Happy anniversary, Rasani, for being a member for 14 months.